Welcome back, Clover's Reptile family. Thank you for joining us on this video. Today we're going to talk about a varied diet for your Western hognose. Come check out what we feed our hognose. So let's get into it. What is a varied diet? A varied diet means feeding your Western hognose or any other animal you keep different prey items. So today we're going to talk about specifically Western hognose because that's what we majorly keep and work with. And I want to give you guys an insight view of what we feed our Western hognose and what's been working for us. So here's the biggest question. Why is it important, or why should I feed a varied diet to my Western hognose? Well, the two biggest things is nutrition. Different types of prey, so different types of animal food provide different nutrition between calcium, fats, protein, fiber, all that stuff. Different animals have different content of each nutrition. For us, we have been feeding our hognose three main diets. So the main thing is frozen thawed mice, and that's from basically a small adult for our adult females all the way down to our day olds for our babies and everything in between. Second thing we feed is Reptilinks, and we use the quail and frog mix, and also just the frog mix. And then the third one is we just started using, and some of the hognose enjoy it and some don't. I haven't taken it yet, but it's whole quail. And all these three items are similar things to what they eat in the wild. So what do they eat in the wild? So hognose eat mice, so small types of rodents in the wild, so field mice, any other rodent that's around that burrows and that they can get off the ground, they'll eat that. They'll eat amphibians, so frogs, toads, salamanders, and then they'll also even eat invertebrates, so that means some type of like bug, either a beetle, caterpillars, and mostly for the young. That's when they've been found in studies of Western hognose and Eastern hognose. They eat bugs are mostly in the young because they're smaller, and then occasionally too they've seen them eat bird eggs. Within they'll raid some nest in the area and they'll eat a bird egg. And I forgot the last item. So as well as quail, whole quail, we do feed they incubated quail eggs, and basically some of these eggs already have a small quail starting to develop in it, so there's a little bit more calcium, and also the shell provides calcium. We fed them to a couple of females and they enjoyed it. It actually gave them a little bit of interaction to eat with the eggs. They have to figure out how to bite the egg, how to take it down, so it's pretty cool to see that. Today we're not going to be feeding any quail eggs because I don't want to give them too often. We already gave them like 3 weeks ago the first time. So I'm probably going to give them like maybe every 2 months a quail egg, just because of how hard the shell is, and I'll make sure that they don't get impacted or any of that stuff. And there's also people that feed boiled eggs, like hard-boiled, just chicken eggs, so hard-boiled egg, and they'll peel it, chop it, and give it to the hognose. And that you can give any size. What else? So that's basically the range of what we feed, the types of foods we feed, but everything we feed is frozen thawed. And that's really it. So we're going to show you guys exactly the prey items. I'm going to feed a little bit of everything today to our adult females, males, and then some of our holdback stuff. So here we are the three types of prey that we're going to feed today. And first we have a hopper-sized frozen thawed mice. This is I think about 8 to 12 gram quail and frog reptilink. And then here's a day old quail. So these are the three different types that we're going to feed. And also every feeding, especially for our holdbacks and our breeders, we use Reptivite with D3, Repticalcium with D3. Sorry, so the Reptivite is without. There we go. And then we also use about twice a month some reptile probiotics by Lugarti. So we're gonna start with adult females that are currently breeding to feed. This female eats everything: Reptilinks, quails, quail eggs, mice. So today we're gonna give them a mixture of either a Reptilink and a mice, or a quail and a mice. So first we're gonna start off with the Reptilink. And there, she took it pretty well. So now that she took the Reptilink, we're gonna give her a mice. And that's another thing too. Not every prey item works for every hognose. I have some males and females that will eat quail, Reptilink, and mice, like this girl. And then I have some that like only mice, and then some that will eat mice and quail, or mice and Reptilinks. So you just gotta try it out. I have all of my stuff marked here if they eat Reptilink, quail, eggs, and I know everybody eats mice. So this is a purple line anaconda albino Arctic female, and this girl likes same thing: Reptilink, quail, and mice. So we're gonna give her quail this time, turn around. And then we're gonna give her a mice. And the reason I'm double feeding right now too is because these females are in the breeding process. So they're eating smaller meals more frequent, since I have males with them for 3 days. They get fed, and then about 2 to 3 days to digest food, and then repairing. And that's the process until they go through ovulation shed. They go through pre-lay shed, and then we just keep feeding them as well. So this female takes Reptilink, quail, and mice. So most of the females like all three. So this anaconda double head coral female only eats mice. So we're gonna give her 2 mice. Give her the first one. And like I said, when they're in breeding process, the females can eat a lot. I would probably give her maybe 3 hoppers, and she'll eat and keep wanting more. If you see this girl here, is still laying there wanting more, begging for more basically. So, but she already had a hopper and a Reptilink. So she's okay for now. Back to this girl. Also, I know somebody might ask, so the substrate that we're using now this year is cocoa core mixed with play sand. And since it's such a little bit of play sand, it's mostly cocoa core. There is no risk of impactment. You see, it doesn't stick as much to the mice either. This female here is one of our purple line albinos, and she's actually already went through ovulation shed, and we paired the male right after the ovulation shed, and they had a lock like maybe 30 minutes after preparing. So she is definitely probably hungry and ready to eat. There we go. She struck a couple times, but then she's eating their good food. And then I was gonna say, so if for some reason another female doesn't eat one of their items, or a male doesn't, then I'll probably feed her extra since she's already gone through ovulation shed. There's another female that really enjoys the quails as well. And like I said, I'll give her a mice. or maybe even a Reptilink, change it up a little bit. So now that she has taken down and finished her quail, she's gonna get a mice. Still being very defensive for some reason, but get her some good food. And the mice are sprinkled with the vitamin and the calcium. And just, especially during breeding season, every feeding, I like to provide extra supplements for the females especially, and even for the males, because males are wasting a lot of their nutrients and energy trying to breed with the females. And then the females need that extra nutrition to be able to build up those good, healthy eggs. This female already ate one Reptilink, so we're gonna give her a mice, nice good sized mice, so she can mouse. I say mice because every time I'm ordering, I say mice because I'm ordering multiples, but the singular, it is mouse. My wife gets on me on that, about that. Beautiful, super anaconda albino female. So here we still have a pairing going on. Is the RB toxic male to our sable female. And I think she smells some food there and is ready to eat. Let's see if we can get her out. This girl loves to eat anything and everything. There we go. And let's get the male out of here too. So he's gonna go back to his enclosure and get fed as well. Get a closer look on her. Funny looking girl, man. So let's get her a mice real quick. And since she's a big girl, she's taking down that Reptilink pretty quick. So probably just get her to take that mice at the same time. Yep. There we go. She loves to eat. Okay, so this female took a mouse so far, but didn't take the Reptilink first. She usually likes Reptilinks. So there's another thing you could do as well. Let's see if it works for her. If you're trying to introduce Reptilinks or another food prey for any hognose that has been eating, mice for the whole mouse. I'm not sure which, I'm confused now. But that has been eating, for any hognose that has been eating mice for their whole life, and maybe you're trying to introduce a new prey item and they want to take it, there's a process. You give them a mouse and then you try to give them the next prey item. And since they're already in food drive, sometimes they'll take it. Or let's try to rub the smell of the mouse on the Reptilink and see if she will take it here. Now that maybe smells a little bit like mouse. Nope, not in the mood for Reptilink today. Let's see if she's in the mood for a quail. Looks like that caught her attention. I think she's trying to hunt right now. Sometimes you have to create that prey movement for certain items. Sometimes they'll take it. Let's leave it there. There we go. She's about to eat it. Yep. She needs to investigate it. All right, here's a RB double het toxic female. and she is super hungry right now. And this girl will eat anything. So since we've had a few females that aren't either Reptilinks, I'm gonna give her double Reptilink and one mouse as well. So here's Stormy. This is the girl that bit me on the last video that we showed you guys how to remove a hognose if they bite you. And there's another girl that is a has a big appetite, always eating, no matter if it's breeding season or not. She is a little over 400 grams. And so we have to sometimes watch how much we feed her. Right now, she's in the breeding process. I'm not too worried about it. But after breeding, we basically sometimes bring her down to, last year we had to bring it down to one small adult mouse every 2 weeks. So she didn't get overweight. So we're gonna give her quail and maybe a Reptilink and a mouse this time around since we have extra Reptilinks. All right, so now we're to the males, and this is a super Arctic tough belly male, and this guy eats everything as well. So we're gonna give him a Reptilink today. And since these are about 12-gram Reptilinks, we're only gonna give him a Reptilink. We're not gonna do a mixture of feedings since they can't eat as much as the females are. So this male here has been off food for the last, I think, 3 feedings, so about 2 weeks. And that happens to males, especially during breeding season. So let's see if we can get somebody else to take this Reptilink. So we have Clover here. Clover is one of the other guys too that it's a sometimes a guy that doesn't want to eat during breeding season. And so if you do start breeding, don't be alarmed if your male stops eating during the breeding season. Yeah, this guy's probably not gonna eat today for us as well. So let's move on to the next guy. Who we have here. Okay, this guy's gonna eat. Does he like Reptilinks? No, this guy doesn't like Reptilinks either. He likes quail though. All right, let me get my assistant to bring me a quail. Assistant, please bring me a quail. Yep. So as I said, these day-old quails are about, I'm not sure if I told you guys, but these day-old quails are about the size of a hopper mice. So the males can also eat it as well. Let's see if he takes this quail. Looks like he's about to go to shed, so he might not eat as well. We're gonna leave it in there for him and see, maybe the light might be bothering him as well.
Onyx might be hungry.
So let's leave it there for him and then we'll check back on him. Here's the Arctic lavender het albino male. So he ate quail. Oh, never mind. No, he did not eat quail. He's only a mice eater. So we try to give him, sometimes try to see if they will eat a couple other stuff, but as I said, give him mice. And then we already had about 3 males that are refusing to eat. All right, this male does like quail. I have him marked here, and he's a striker. So he likes to strike at his food and then eat it. Oh, he didn't strike. He really enjoys quail, I guess. He's not gonna waste any time. Since we have extra Reptilinks, we're gonna get this girl another meal. There we go. so she can get some more nutrition in her to build those good eggs for us. And then as well, this girl likes Reptilinks, and she looks like she still wants to eat more. So we're gonna give her the last Reptilink. Some of the males decided they didn't want a Reptilinks today. So there we go for the females. The females are all fed and they all ate. So we're also gonna feed today some of our holdbacks. And for the holdbacks, we're only feeding mice right now. But now Reptilink has micro links, so they're about like 5 grams. So I just ordered those. So we're also going to try those out for the holdbacks, so they can start already having a varied diet from a young age. And then I'm also trying to get a hold of button quails, because I believe day-old button quails are small as like a full-grown pinky mice, you know, and also adding a little more variety into it. And this girl's so bright, she like glows in the camera. We also got to do some water changes after we're done feeding. This guy is so cool. Oh, look, there we go. He actually just shed as well. So we take that out and take out the old water bowl. This guy's an Arctic sable, 100% head toppy belly. And if you see, he just keeps getting darker. His dark stripe on the back, and then he has these nice white sides and a very nice belly. Really cool animal. Really glad that we kept him. So this male here is a purple line coral, so lavender and albino visual, that we kept this year. So next year he'll be breeding to some of the double head coral females. There's another very cool animal. She is a Arctic albino anaconda, het lavender female, that is also paradox. So if you guys can see right here, she has a whole bunch of black markings from the paradox. Here's another cool female we held back, and she's a anaconda het sable female. She just shed today, so she's really nice. Some mice. There we go. Beautiful. I love the pattern. That's the main reason we kept her, the pattern. So later on we can create some super conda sables as well in the future. And one thing we do with our sheds now is we keep them and we feed them off to our isopods. So as you guys saw, that we fed all our adult females, we fed our males, and even some of our holdbacks that we produced last year and we purchased last year. Some of these hognose, most of them like to eat mice because that's just the thing they're being used to since they were younger. And you know, when we're doing hatchlings, we do feed mice just because that's the easiest thing to be readily accessible and easy for someone to take home and feed. Now, once you have it in your house and you want to try something different, then you can try different preys, like I said, Reptilinks, whole quail, mice, and there's many other stuff there too. But I think feeding the varied diet is very important because it does give them different nutritional values of each item. And then supplementing is another very important thing. Last year, I believe that was one of our success was the females was the varied diet and the supplementation, and allow them to be able to produce really good eggs and also bounce back from laying eggs. They gained weight really quick and were healthy again, back to their normal weight. But as you also saw, some females had particular on the varied diet, they like quail, some like both, some only like Reptilinks and not quail, and then some only like mice because like I said, that's what they're just used to eating for so many years now. And if you have any questions about it, make sure just message us on social media. And again, thank you again for joining. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment. We also now have a YouTube membership platform. Check out our tiers. You guys get some really cool perks on those tiers once you join. I'll see you guys on the next one.